Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Harakakadash. Double honors to my apostles, elders, and teachers at Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopefully elect. What this devil is doing now, he's out there in the, I guess it's called the Rio Grande, where he got buoys. But the buoys got, I guess they had made some buoys for the water, but they put saws right in the middle of them. So if you grab the buoy, the saw will slice your ass in half. Check this out. These devils is crazy. They out there killing brown people, as this guy would say.
Hey yeah, first off, I'm not sure watch. So for those of you from out of the United States just joining us, the Christians over there in Texas, they're like, you know who we hate? Brown people. Just like back in the Civil War days when they were fighting, trying to risk their own lives to enslave their fellow human beings. They're now like, hey, all the foreigners are invading us, and they're poisoning the blood of our country, which is what Hitler said, and horrible for our country, all these brown people, so we should be able to just let them die. So let's put up buoys with saw blades, and so that's what they did. They put buoys and saw blades, hopefully to drown and kill brown people trying to cross the Rio Grande. Here you go. See this crazy
Look at that
shit?
there. Look at that. Devil. If this man not the devil, I don't know who he is.
It's saw blades.
Yeah, somebody went through a lot of ridiculous effort to design these things. You got
So these are the Christians for you. As far from what they claim they worship in Jesus Christ, you possibly got them get. They don't care. They're the worst among us. Just literally just evil. Evil incarnate fucking Christians, right? So then the Supreme Court was like, yeah, you guys can't put saw blades in the Rio Grande to kill brown children. Like, you shouldn't do that. That's not the best. That's not what we as a country want to represent us. So they're like, quit it, Texas. Quit it, Christians. Stop killing brown folks, please. And so Texas immediately is like, no, we have the right to kill all the fucking brown people we want to. And so then they started their next bullshit. They're like, all right, well, we can't have fucking saw blades in the water anymore. We're just going to put razor wire up everywhere. And then if anybody tries to help migrants cross the Rio Grande, we're going to block them from doing so, even if they're federales. And so the next thing, 3 Mexican migrants didn't go past, including these children. They just sit around and they watch these innocent little children drown to death and die. Because that's what we are as a people. That's what the Christians. Hi, Christians. How you doing? This is what you are. You're evil and fucking carnal. You're the worst among us. Giant fucking.
Hey, while Jake out there in the house of mirth, this is going on. It's about to go down. While you Jakes out there partying, boy, it's about to go down.
Pieces of shit. Fuck all y'all. All right? Who would Jesus let drown? Who would Jesus?
It's going down. Let me get this scripture real quick. I got it. It's like I keep repeating myself, but the scripture keep coming out right here. Slakia. I'm gonna let this play while I look for the scripture.
Which one of you would go sit and tell me with a straight face Jesus would have sat there and watched these little children drown to death? That's what they're telling us, folks. That's what their Christian governor, Greg Abbott, tells us. That's what they're all fucking telling us. This is what Jesus wants. These invaders are evil. Here's the fucked up part. Migrants aren't even that bad for our country, if any. If you take their effect over the entire government, they actually have a small net gain in their financial contributions to what they give back. We desperately need them. We're a
Isaiah 19:2. I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Who are not having children anymore because all our people are too fucking fat to fuck anymore. We're too lazy to want kids anymore. It's too fucking expensive because of unfettered capitalism. So we need migrants to come in, not only to bail out our Social Security program, but to take care of us old, fat, white motherfuckers when we get old. But no, these brown kids are the enemies that deserve to die to Christians. So that's what they're fucking doing. And they're pretending that they're the good guys. They're literally willing right now to go to civil war to defend their right to kill brown children right now. That's what it's fucking all about. That's what the Christians are doing to this nation. Same as they've always fucking done. So then, of course, the federal government was trying to save these kids, and the Texas Border Patrol stopped them. They had razor fucking wire everywhere to stop them from helping these children. So the Biden administration went to the government, and they're like, hey, maybe we should be allowed to go help children not drown to death. So our Supreme Court, you know, the ones that are supposed to make the fucking laws, voted 5-4. Still almost didn't vote for this. 5-4, folks. But still, narrowly. Said, okay, well, the feds can go in and they can cut some of the razor wire to help save children that are being drowned. Because that's not what we want to be as an American society, right? So they weren't even trying to stop them from putting razor wire up. They're just saying that the feds can go in and they can cut some of this up so they can get access to help people if they need to, right? That's all that's fucking happened here, right?
And you know they got a bunch of Issacharites in the Border Patrol. Work for the Border Patrol. So, you know, they probably taking that to heart. Watching little Issacharite children drown. It's about to go down. While you Jakes out there at the House of Mirth trying to be the next hottest rapper with your baby mama with the not the multi, but the what you call that? Variety pack of babies and baby daddies. This about to go down. This country about to shut down.
A tiny, tiny speck of humanity from our evil fucking country. So, of course, the evil Christians in Texas declared civil war against the government for daring to try to save the lives of brown children. Greg Abbott immediately put out this notice. My statement on Texas constitutional right to self-defense.
This is Jeremiah 1:14. Then the Lord said unto me, out of the north an evil shall break forth upon all the inhabitants of the land. While you Negroes out there in the House of Mirth, it's about to go down, especially in Texas. Boy, oh boy.
The government has broken the compact between the United States and the states. The executive branch of the United States has constitutional duty to enforce federal laws protecting states, including immigration laws on the books right now. President Biden has refused to enforce those laws and has even violated them. The result is that he has smashed records for illegal immigration, despite having been put on notice in a series of letters, one of which I delivered to him by hand. President Biden, blah, 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 blah. So they're like, it's war! We're no longer recognizing the authority of the American government. Hell no.
It's going down. If it went down in Ukraine, it's going to go down in United States.
Fat ass is going to rise up. I guess they're going to leave the buffet line for 10 seconds to pick up the fucking guns. And of course,
you know, these fat Edomites or Idumeans, they're going to have a hard time out there. It's going to be, and you know, Jake is kind of wild. If Jake see these big fat Edomites with their guns coming at him, Jake go, man, it's gonna be wild out here. That's when Jake will really come to his senses that it's real.
Trump, Johnny on the spot to separate us. His entire thing is to make sure America fails as much as it possibly can. Whatever is bad for America in his mind is good for him because he can just blame everything on Joe Biden and hopefully get elected. So he's literally trying to create a civil war. He's not doing it the first time with the insurrection, doing the exact same shit. He's encouraging other states to invade, or I guess go into Texas, and then hope they can stir up something against the federal government. Dr. Shaw. We encourage all willing states to deploy their guards to Texas to prevent the entry of illegals and to remove them back across the border. All Americans should support the common sense measures by Texas authorities to protect safety, security, and sovereignty of Texas and American people. Common sense leads cause murdering brown children, folks. This is where we're at in our society. When I am president on day one, remember day one dictator, Instead of fighting Texas, I will work hand in hand with Governor Abbott to kill even more brown people. I will kill all the brown children. Every brown children will die instead of enter our country. Because that's who we are. We're the good guys, y'all. Yay, Jesus.
Slack, yeah, let me get this real quick. This is Jeremiah 1:15. For lo, I will call all the families of the kingdoms of the north, saith the Lord, and they shall come, and they shall set every one his throne at the entering of the gates of Jerusalem, and against all the walls thereof round about, and against all the cities of Judah. Little brown people.
So next thing you know, all the governors, conservative across the country, listening to him. Republican Governors Association put out this message that basically accused Biden of attacking Texas. Literally all they did was say, the federales can cut some of the razor wire to rescue children if they need to. But no, that's an attack on Texas, y'all. Save the lives of brown children. You're destroying Texas. Because literally, they're the dumbest people alive. They're the worst in the history of the world. Maybe not, but up there, up there. Garbage, shit humans. Next thing you know, trying to instigate a civil war between the states and the United States government. Governors from 15 states have now announced support for Texas in its border disputes with the federal government, with some sending National Guard units. All these red states sending shit down to Texas, trying to create an uprising here. Surprisingly, not Mississippi. Where are we at, Mississippi? I'm shocked at this, and I know Mississippi could get involved in this. I've been practicing up on my Southern accent. I've lost it over the years. I used to talk way more Southern than I do now, but I've just simply lost my Southern accent over the years, purposely, mostly. But I've been working on it, y'all. So when the Civil War happens down here, I can pretend to be one of them, and then I can rat these motherfuckers out. I can't wait to rat you out. I will be like, hey, that's a lot of fertilizer you guys got over there. What you planting? Yeah. Yeah, they over here, motherfuckers. Yo, over there. I'll rat every one of you guys
might
out.
be a Jay.
I'm gonna rat you out. I can't wait. Anyway. Horrible. Oklahoma governor. Just going on Newsmax and openly talking about perhaps a civil war happening in this country. Super cool, Oklahoma.
There's rumblings that Joe Biden should or may actually federalize the National Guard, take that power away from Greg Abbott. Let's say this showdown, that's what it is. It's a showdown. It's a showdown of power and loyalties and constitutionality. Let's say he does that. How many people say, no, you know what, screw you, Biden administration, and how many people stay and fight with Texas versus the federal things, and does that put us on course for a force-on-force conflict?
I mean, right now you've got the federal agents that are cutting the wire, and then you've got the Texas National Guard on orders to put up wire. I mean, this is a powder keg worth of tension. So it's very it's a very weird situation. We certainly stand with Texas on their right to defend themselves.
The right to defend yourself. Now they're using Israel's jargon. They have the right to kill as many brown people as they want to. It's just self-defense, y'all. Hey, let's genocide Mexico next. It's self-defense. What are we out to do to make sure the brownies don't poison our blood, y'all?
But Biden's going to be in a tough situation. So in other words, he's going to try to federalize these troops. In other words, put them on federal orders. And so now their allegiance technically goes to the President of the United States instead of the governor. And of course, I think a lot of Texans, these are still, they're still Texans that are weekend, they're in the National Guards. They do 1 weekend a month, or when they get called up on duties by the governor. And I think they would be in a difficult situation to protect their homeland or to...
Yeah, see how they're phrasing it? Protect your homeland, kill brown people. Right?
Follow what Biden's saying.
Take us trouble.
Very interesting. But then, then you've got Oklahoma and Florida and Tennessee, and you got all these other states that would send our National Guard to help and to support the efforts of Governor Abbott. Because every state is a border state. You talked about fentanyl. The deaths in Oklahoma since I've taken office are up 500%. And we know that's coming across the southern border.
Yeah, the vast majority of it comes across the port of entries. Not across the wall, not illegally, not legally, of course, but right across the normal ports of entry, right? We know that's true. So you're technically right, but you're also leaving out information to lie on purpose.
Then you think about the terrorists.
The terrorists, you?
I just don't know what their end game is here, and I hope American people really wake up to what's happening.
Yes, I hope they do too, but they won't. They will listen to your fucking lies, and you try to instigate this civil war, because that's all you guys have. You have nothing to unite us. You have nothing to advance our society, to progress America in any way, so you have to try to divide us, lie, pit us against each other, so we don't come after fucking you. And unfortunately, we have enough dumb people in this goddamn country where it works. Then you have people like Representative Clay Higgins. Media, Congressman Higgins, the Supreme Court just ruled in favor of the Biden administration over the state of Texas, saying that the federal government can remove physical barriers at the border put in place by Texas. What are your thoughts? And of course, big tough Clay Higgins. My thoughts are that the feds are staging a civil war, and Texas should stand their ground. Do it, motherfucker. You first. Pick up your gun and go out there and stand up against the military of the United States.
Yeah, I want to see.
You know you're not going to fucking do it. All you're trying to do is instigate some other idiot into getting killed on your fucking behalf. And then when they do it, you're going to claim they were Antifa. They weren't. Those aren't MAGA. Those aren't conservatives. Those are fucking those are FBI agents. 100% what's going to happen, folks. No responsibility as they instigate violence. 100% what they do every goddamn time. Meanwhile, here's the local Republican Party on Facebook, the Republican Party of Tennessee. They're doing it again because you didn't hang them the last time. Yeah, you guys want to fuck around and find out this kind of rhetoric? Because you guys did an insurrection, you fucking traitors, and all we did was put some of you in jail for a little bit, slapped you on the wrist. You guys want us to treat traitors like you say we should? All right, fuck around and find out, y'all. Keep it up. The best law to secure our borders, yeah, just murder them. We're Christians, y'all. Just like Jesus said, murder them all and I will figure it out. I'll sort it out, right? That's my job. We owe McCarthy an apology. Yeah, McCarthyism was great, y'all. Let's just start that shit up again.
He going through it.
And yes, people who claim to follow the teachings of Jesus Christ are fuming that there might not be razor wire at the borders to slice up children. But they've always been this way. They're the party of nothing. They will lie to your face. Lie directly fucking to you. Claim that they worship this man named Jesus Christ. He's their Lord and Savior. And their faith in him and his message is going to give them everlasting life. And then do exactly the opposite of everything they claim he taught. Because they don't actually believe anything they say. They are just evil and they lie to your face hoping that you will believe the lie. Because they absolutely don't believe it. Their actions prove what they believe. And then, yeah, conservative influencers everywhere stepping up to shield for the Civil War, to try to instigate violence. Steve loves ammo, of course he does. Fuck the Supreme Court. Buy guns and ammo. Your government isn't coming to save you. Do it, Steve. You first, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right? You gonna be in the front lines, aren't you? Governor Kristi Noem giving us a very bad history of the United States.
Texas and those 13 original colonies would have never signed the treaty that formed the first Constitution of the United States.
Yeah,
if they
let
didn't
the
think that
woman
their right to
talk.
protect themselves and defend their own people was protected. So what Joe Biden is doing is...
Yeah, you guys remember when Texas was part of the first 13 colonies of the United States? It wasn't. Yeah, it was still Mexico then. Wasn't established till 1845. Awesome job for governor there. What is that, Minnesota? Oh no, you guys are the worst. Then the toughest among us, the most manly humans in existence have stepped up to let us all know this entire border dispute is about masculinity, y'all. Case in point, super alpha male Scott Adams, writer of Dilbert, says, the border was one of those everyone can play issues when it didn't matter so much. Now it's a male issue. Until it is settled, no one cares what women had to say about it. We just left politics behind. Now it's biological. And it's only ending one way. That's right, with men killing other men for the right to kill brown people, just like they did in the Civil War. And folks, Don't sleep on Scott Adams. Look at this badass alpha motherfucker. How can you get more tough, more masculine, more manly than Scott Adams? You first, Scott. You gonna be in the front lines, right? You're not instigating violence. You're gonna be right there. You're not. Yeah, you're not. You fucking cowards. These are the worst among us, folks. Absolute lowest of the low cowards. They're so desperate to feel manly, right? You know this guy doesn't feel manly, because look at him. This is not the picture of masculinity. So obviously he feels bad about himself. He doesn't feel like the viral young man that he dreamed he would be. So he has to fake, he has to project to be much more masculine than we can obviously see that he is. By pretending he's some kind of fucking badass. Dude, you're not a badass. You're weak, you're pathetic, nobody is scared of you. This is so embarrassing. Fucking Dilbert is more manly than you are, Scott. But if you really want to prove yourself, step the fuck up, bitch. We will be happy
He
to
calling
put
these
you
devils
fucking
out.
down.
He calling these devils out.
Just like every other terrorist that you've instigated into shit like this. We will put you in the dirt just as fucking fast. Fafo motherfucker. And of course, super masculine, manly man, alpha male Ted Cruz. Come and take it. That's right, you come and take our ability to murder brown children. We will kill you if you try to stop us from killing brown children. Says super, 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 super manly Ted Cruz. 44,000 likes, folks, because this is what they reward in the conservative community. Doughy fucks, guy who's never worked out his life, guy's never done can't do a single pull-up. Hadn't been able to do a pull-up his entire life. Wouldn't know masculinity if a dick slapped him in the fucking face. Pretending, because that's all they are, a bunch of fat fucks pretending, LARPing, gravy sales. But that's what they get rewarded for because they are so fake, all of them. Fake, murdering, eviling assholes. This is how they work, folks. Here's a rapey Mike
He calling
Cernovich
them out.
trying to stir up violence and terrorism. They just make shit up to scare their base because they know that's how they make money. The more they lie, the more engagement they get, the more Elon Musk pays them. And they're not held accountable for anything they say, so why would they not do it? Rapey says, it's Sunday and tens of thousands of gang members were released from Venezuelan prisons and let in by the Biden administration to skin your families alive. Get your training in. It's no longer optional about health. Yeah, folks, they're going to come and murder everybody. Get your guns. Prepare to kill your fellow human beings. It's all real. To which Joe Bico says, hey, I believe you, but is there anything tangible to back this up? And I know you're going to be shocked at the response. Rapey Mike Cernovich says, shut the fuck up. Yeah, just shut up. Don't argue. Just believe the lies. Spread the lies. Get your guns. Commit violence, Shaw. Fuck the rule of law. We're patriots. We have to set the Constitution aside.
It's gonna go down. These devils hyping
And
each
of course,
other
Tim
up.
Pool do what Tim Pool do. Making tens of millions of dollars a year trying to instigate violence. Once again, one of the least manly people on earth. One of the most beta pussies I've ever seen in my entire life. Weak, emasculated, sissified Tim Pool with his little pussy voice. The rise of the Neo-Confederacy, says Tim with his little fucking beanie.
This dude
And
is
of course,
Jake.
brave as always, verified accounts or accounts mentioned by Tim Cass can only reply. That's right. Nobody from the public can reply. He shut off comments, folks, which is exactly what you do when you're masculine and brave. You disable all debate. But he's still going to make millions, folks. He's still going to make millions, so who gives a shit, right? This is how the game's played. Meanwhile, this is what it's all about, folks. They're trying to instigate violence, pit us against each other, destroy our country, to sell you giant buckets of slop in end-stage capitalism. Here's a jack piece of shit, Mick. Breaking, Trump calls for all willing states to deploy National Guard to Texas border and start the deportations. Then he posted his link to how you can buy big buckets of slop for for the end times, yeah, don't you guys want your big buckets of disgusting food for when the Civil War that they try to cause starts? Definitely. Not the only one. Everybody doing this, folks. Here's Tim Pool. Fuck me, dude. Laughing about it while Tim Pool puts his link to buckets of slop. Luke Brodowski just gonna leave this in. $200 time. The big bucket of slop, y'all. Get it before they're all gone. Just every single one of them selling out their country to spread fear and make a dollar off fat, gullible, conservative, Christian, evil Americans. And of course, Civil War trending again. They trend about once a week now, but yeah. Every single time they do this, it works.
These devils trying to make some money off some slop.
Against each other.
They're gonna start a war just to sell some slop.
Sell their food. Super cool. Keep in mind, Tim Pool, 100% supported.
Buy your slop.
Pushed by the algorithm of YouTube. Literally all these companies rewarding this shit. Meanwhile, I'm shadow banned. 90% of people subscribe to me never hear about my videos when they go live because of my shadow banning. But if I was spreading Civil War, if I was spreading right-wing talking points, if I was conning you out of money, I'd be a fucking millionaire right now. Wouldn't be able to sleep, folks. But I'd be rich as fuck. Meanwhile, these people don't actually care about the border in any way whatsoever. Of course, like I say over and over and over again, they're the party of nothing. It's all just complete fake. It's a dog and pony show. So Joe Biden and the GOP actually have worked out a compromise on the border. To seal the border, to spend lots of money on the border, to try to stem the tide of illegal immigration. The GOP is desperate for any win they can take back to their constituents and say, hey, we actually passed the one thing. We passed border security. Because they've said over and over again, we have nothing we can go back and campaign on. Nothing. We've done nothing. We are the most do-nothing Congress in the history of the nation. We have to pass no laws. We've done nothing but obstruct the entire time. Which is embarrassing. We need at least one win to go back on. So they negotiated with the Biden administration and came up with a okay deal, I guess, that they considered was okay, to secure the border. But of course, Donald Trump doesn't want that. Donald Trump doesn't actually want the border secure. He doesn't want the flow of immigrants to stop because he wants the country to fail. Whatever's bad for the country in his mind is good for his chance of becoming president, which is his only chance of staying out of prison. So if he has to destroy the entire fucking country to stay out of prison, that's what he'll do. So he is basically the de facto president of the Republican Party. They're a cult that does whatever he says. So he's like, don't do anything about the fucking border. We want it to be worse. So he ordered Congress to basically back away from this deal. And that's what they did, folks. They walked away from the deal to seal the border because they don't actually give a shit about any of this. They want to instigate a civil war about an issue they don't actually fucking care about in order to try to get Donald Trump elected so he can become a dictator and destroy this fucking country while they call themselves loving Christians and patriots. That's where we find ourselves in 2024 right now.
Shalom.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna go down, man. I didn't know it was that long, but man, I can watch this dude all day. It's going down. Shalom.